Hello everybody, this is NCS and welcome back to Let's Play Vampire's Dawn. Last time, Weynard got safely through his baptism of fire, and today, we get to know what happened during the times of Vincent Weynard, apparently. My friends, we aren't that many people, but you have seen the evidence this morning that vampires are already walking in the midst of us. Eric's corpse should speak for itself. It is time that we follow our destiny. Down with the vampires! Yeah, down with the vampires! It is time to show those vampires who's in charge. And now, prepare to set out to cut the head off the vampires. I'm going to scout the area south of this village for now. I'm going to get you in about an hour. I hope you are ready by then. As you command, Vincent. I have ordered all villagers to lock themselves inside their houses. If you need anything, use our secret knock signal. Well then, I'll be coming back later. So now we're in control of Vincent Weynard. If you try to go anywhere, Vincent just says, oh, the door's locked and we don't have any reason to go in there anyway, so... yeah, all you can do here is talk to these 4 warriors that... Really? You only have 4 people there helping you out, Vincent? I'm surprised the vampires didn't take over the world in that case. And if you check out this cross, Vincent says, when I die, I want to be buried right here. The current corpse will be burned. Remember that for later. But anyway, that's all we can do here. So let's just head south, where Vincent wanted to go anyway. Vincent, wait! We don't want you to go alone. We'll all go together. Right, together we are strong. You're right. Well then, come. The vampires are waiting already. They are waiting for you? I wouldn't think they are waiting for their heads to be cut off, but oh well. And thus, Vincent departed together with his followers to destroy the vampires, which had apparently spread in close reach to the village, and then posed as a big threat. They ended up at a lake where Vincent felt that vampires were nearby. I want to leave this lake here. Well. Is everything alright? Well, nothing weird I just wanted to say, but apparently Vincent has sensed something. A fresh wind is getting up. That could be a sign. Or it could just be fresh wind. Can you see anything? I can't see anything, but I can feel them. Yes, they are very close by. Ah, they're behind you. Yeah. That was pathetic, guys. And you can't even swim. Okay, with that heavy armor, I'm actually not that surprised, but still. How'd you get knocked off like that easily? You can't. Okay, you have heavy armor on as well. Oh boy. What a nice start you had there, Vincent. Die, you miserable human! I guess he's turned himself into a shadow like Asuka can, but if you are pretty much invisible, why are you announcing your presence by speaking loudly to the person you want to kill? Moron! Creature of evil, your fate is sealed! Rawr! No! I was an idiot! Yeah. It happened that fast. Vincent had killed his first vampire, and still many more should follow. Vincent became more skillful killing vampires every time he killed one, and his reputation hurried ahead into the world, which had to battle against vampires almost everywhere by then. The humans were scared, but in Vincent they saw a glimmer of hope inside the darkness. Vincent's fame became bigger and bigger, and the highest people of the church took notice of him. For the first time, Vincent had been seen as a great person even inside the church, and thus started his rising to become a high priest, fast and skillfully. His army became bigger and bigger as the distraught humans saw their savior in him and thus joined him to permanently rid this planet of this malady. Vincent traveled in the banner of the church from town to town, from continent to continent. He was venerated more than any man before. So this was called the Holy Crusade, under the leadership of one man, Vincent Weynard. In the final phase of this crusade, he had absolutely every man in his control. He was revered and venerated. The humans were fanatic. My friends, we have already killed hundreds of those vampires. Yet we also had great losses. Those vampires are strong and fast. Yet we are stronger. I now have been bestowed upon the ministry of a high priest, so I can accomplish even more good. I am proud to finally having received this rank, and I will promise not to rest on my past deeds. With your help, I will soon perform the final strike against the vampires. We have freed already many towns off of the vampire blood. Commemorate the fallen, and kill the last vampire in their names. The sky was blood red, yet it is almost blue again. And I promise, it will become even much bluer. For now the time has come. The time to bring those despicable creatures to their death. To free the world again. To show those vampires that their lives are now over. And now to score the final victory. To end the age of horrors. To annihilate all vampires. For humanity. For liberty. Is that supposed to be applause, really? For us! That sounds horrible. So he had finally done it. He had become one of the most powerful men of the world. Really impressive how he worked his way up to the rank of a high priest. Yes, Vincent was a clever man. He knew how to win the humans for his cause, by fighting against the humans' fears. What happened of him afterwards? Well, Vincent also killed the few remaining vampires. Wasn't there something like a head vampire? No, not really. At least Vincent had never said anything about a head vampire. Anyway, on his last round against the remaining vampires, he met someone. I'll be there soon. Get along with you! Ha ha! You will die! Please, let us go! We need to go to Vincent Weynard! Rawr! Vincent Weynard! Stepmother, why did you tell him? He is a vampire! Oh no! Leave us alone, or else I will slice you! Cute! And now all of you will die. No! Stepfather! No! Ha ha! And now it is your turn. Please. Vampire! Dude! We were really there all this time just to watch the scene, Vincent? Why didn't you step out sooner? You could have saved 2 lives. Or 3 lives if you say that Asuka, being a vampire now kind of is not alive anymore. I will destroy you! Vincent Weynard. You've had your last victim. Rawr. And there he goes. So apparently, pretty much everyone in the olden days could transform into a shadow, it seems. Well, any vampire, that is. I will get you too someday. Are you alright? Alright? My step-parents have been killed! I'm sorry. If I only had been there soon. You were there all this time! We saw the camera pan up. It wasn't that far away. Go to Asran. They will give you a room there if you tell them that I sent you. I'm so sorry. Vincent didn't notice that Aska had been bitten as well? No. He had sent Aska back to his home village. Vincent felt only little pity for him, as he had seen many men die. That had made him quite emotionless. He had become nothing more than a power-hungry, fanatic high priest. After this incident, Vincent went on and found more of the remaining vampires. Those had no chance against Vincent anymore, as he had learned powerful spells in the meantime as well. He could fight against 3 vampires at once without any problems. Ooh, sounds impressive. But he was obviously not able to kill all vampires, right? Well, no, because otherwise Abraxas and Aska wouldn't be there anymore. No. He claimed this though, but there were still a few vampires that had hidden themselves, so they would escape from Vincent's blade. Abraxas had obviously escaped as well. But Vincent stopped searching for more vampires? Yes. He knew that a few scattered vampires had survived, but he didn't care for that, as they posed no threat anymore and had hidden themselves cowardly. Moreover, Vincent had reached what he had aimed for. He was already a high priest, and he had come to a lot of fame. He was respected and revered. Thus, he announced to the humans that the crusade had been successfully finished, and that all vampires had been slain. And the people believed in his words. Why should he lie to them? After all, he was their liberator, their savior. And the vampires didn't come out of their hideouts for the next years? Well, they were clever enough not to kill any more humans. They fed from the blood of animals and always kept themselves hidden. They were truly scared of a continuation of the Holy Crusade. And that is how it came that the last few vampires kept themselves hidden for the next decades. To be precise, for the next 300 years. And what happened with Aska? Well, only a short time later, he transformed just like Vala. He felt infinite pain. As his transformation has ended, he naturally had no clue of what had happened to him, though he immediately felt that he could see significantly better, and that he was stronger as well. And as he felt that the sunlight tingled unpleasantly on his skin, he slowly sensed what he was then. But contrary to Walna, Aska accepted it. He enjoyed it even, for he knew what power he now possessed, and the older he became, the stronger he would get. But he soon noticed in which danger he found himself in. The Holy Crusade had just reached its end, but Vincent and his troops still posed a genuine threat. So he decided to first hide himself for several years, and to feed on animal blood. As he had never tasted human blood, the weak taste of animal blood didn't bother him. He lived many years like this, until he decided that it was time to kill the vampire that had killed his parents. He secretly started to search for him, but he never found any clues. But it was Abraxas. Yes, but Aska didn't even suspect Abraxas to be the person who had murdered Walna's girlfriend. but he will find out sooner or later. And how did it continue with Walna? Had he calmed down already? Well, in that night, he had a conversation with Elaine. But what did Walna and Elaine talk about? Find out next time here on Let's Play Vampire's Dawn: Reign of Blood. This was NCS, and farewell for now.